Hello guys, this is BF3 Fanboy 16 here, and I kind of just want to give my opinion on something. Actually, it's not my opinion, it's a question. I just received a comment basically stating that that Modern Warfare 3 is the same freaking thing. They use the same engine. And my comment to the individual that says that Modern Warfare games or COD games haven't really changed that much over the course of how many years the Modern Warfare games have been out. My comment to this is, if the people want the game to look the same, it's going to look the same. It's not going to change just because, you know, the engine's getting old. I mean, actually, it's a good thing that the engine's so old, because now people know how to make it better. You know how to, fix things, you know how to change things. With a new engine, it's like a whole new place, it's a whole new thing, and you don't know how to really make things without changing something else. With the Frostbite 2 engine, it's a new engine. It was just introduced maybe 2-3 weeks ago, so not a lot of people know how to fix something in the Frostbite 2 engine without changing something else and changing the whole game. With the Modern Warfare 2 engine, it's completely different, because it's been 4 or 5, how many years it's been, and people know how to add weapons, change frame rate fix frame rate problems, do things that, with a newer engine would probably require you to change a hell of a lot more. With this, you get to what you need to get fixed and you fix it. And you don't have to worry about anything else because you know how to get there. You know how to get to the, use the back doors, bypass all that other crap, and get right to where you need. So, I live by the belief that if people want it, it's going to be made that way. A lot of people say that Modern Warfare 3 is Modern Warfare 2.5. It's the next, it's like an update, it's a DLC. Well, if it is, it's because the people want it that way. It's not because Infinity Ward or Activision or whatever doesn't want to make it better looking. They don't, it's not like they don't want to, it's that they don't need to. There was not enough pressure in the gaming community to make it a priority. And is that a bad thing? No. Because, think about it, people say, well, I want theater mode, and I want it to be longer. Well, it is longer. And why? It's because freaking people want theater mode to be longer. You had 30 seconds or whatever it was in Black Ops, now it's 10 minutes. And that's probably because there was a hell of a lot of pressure saying, I wanted theater mode to be longer. I want to be able to store more in my theater mode stuff. I wanted to make my theater mode clips longer. And because of that, they are longer. You can now put a hell of a lot more content in your clip. The Skull H has a larger clip. I don't know if that's because a lot of people say, oh, I want a larger clip in this gun, but there was a larger clip in that gun. Now, true, I'm not going to say that Modern Warfare 3 does not look like Modern Warfare 2. But again, that's a good thing. Because if it looked like a completely new game, well, it might as well be a new game, It might as well not even be a continuation. Modern Warfare 3 was a continuation. You can't change the game graphics that much, because it's a continuation. It's supposed to look the same. I mean, I guess you could say that Battlefield 3 is a continuation, but it's not. Because there's absolutely nothing similar to Battlefield 3 to Battlefield 2, except the name. Beyond that, it's completely different. Now, I have to say that card games always will outsell. And I'm not being a fanboy when I say this. Battlefield games will never outsell. They might match. They will never outsell COD. They never will. And it's because the quality other games. It's the quality. You know, you might not get, you know, a whole new game with your DLC, but what you get is quality. You know, you get zombie modes, which is a fucking addictive game mode. Now you have survivor mode, which is even better because, you know, it's not newbie. You know, you actually have to use tactics. You know, and zombie mode was more luck based. This is skill based. This is Infinity Ward. This is a skill based game. Now a lot of people say, well, COD is campy. It's newbie. Well, fuck you. If I wanted to have to go to a freaking college to learn how to fly a goddamn helicopter for 5 fucking minutes, then I would. I want to play a game that I can pick up in 5 minutes, understand how to move, how to aim, how to shoot, how to reload, how to throw shit. I want to know how to play the damn game without having to spend an hour finding out every little freaking trick and whatever. I want to just be able to play the game, not have to go to college to learn how to do something. Like in Battlefield. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I feel that Battlefield is a war sim. It's just a real big war sim. 64-player war sim. Now, when you think about it, that's kind of what a war would be like, having like 32 people on each side shooting each other. Because that's like a squad. That's like a few squads. So, well, I don't know. Is that like a battalion force of people on each side? But I don't know. That's a lot of people, though. And because of that, it feels more like a war sim than an actual game. COD is an arcade shooter. It's supposed to be fast-paced. It's supposed to be unrealistic. It's supposed to be fun. That's what it was made to be. Battlefield's a war sim at its very heart. That's what it is. You have big-ass maps, vehicles blowing up, things blowing up. It's a war sim. You can say it's not, but it is. It is a fucking war sim. And I have to say that, yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why the story don't make sense. Is because they don't worry about the story in the Battlefield games. They worry more about the multiplayer. And that's a problem. Because if you're not going to put a lot of effort into your story, don't make a fucking story. Okay? The last thing I want is to buy a game, play the story, and find out that I was ripped off $60 because you have-ass attempt a story. A hell of a lot of that story is stolen from COD ideas. Russians. Really? Russians is the bad guy. That's you couldn't think of the Chinese, you couldn't think of North Korea. No, it had to be the fucking Russians. There was a nuclear, you know, there was a nuke that is about to go off. Really? Because is that a reference to the nuke that was launched by Sakhaev in COD 4? There was a nuke. Or how about in the same game there was a nuke that actually went off? Guess what? In Battlefield 3 there is a nuke that goes off. It has a subway. You actually get on a train. You're in a subway. Doesn't that remind you of the mission Mind the Gap? Same basic idea. You are attacking a train. The only difference is that in Battlefield you actually get in the train. In COD, in Modern Warfare 3, you derail the train. Now, in both games, someone dies. COD has a hell of a lot more death in its game than in the Battlefield game. But that's because, you know, it was needed for the story. You need an emotional pull, you know? And at the end of the day, I felt somewhat satisfied with the ending of Modern Warfare 3. I did not understand the ending of Battlefield 3. today, I still don't understand what the fuck happened. I don't. I scratched my head trying to figure out what the hell, what was the point. If you take into account that Battlefield 3 used a hell lot of flashbacks, doesn't that sound familiar? Black Ops. Yeah, Black Ops. Flashbacks for the missions. Battlefield 3, you use flashbacks, and they were the missions. Not very original, was it? No. So I hate it when people say that COD is not original. Battlefield hasn't changed much at all. Jets, they've had them before. All they're doing is bringing them back. That's not new. That's all you're doing is bringing something you already had in your games, and you're just bringing it back. Whoopee fucking do. At least in Modern Warfare 3, you have kill confirmed. You have that new flag thing. You know, you got survival mode. You know, I mean, just think about it. You know, you have these, strike packages. You have your assault, you have your support, and you have your specialist. How's that not different? How's that not revolutionary? How's that not innovative? Like, your support role does not reset after death. And all those things is to support your team. So you can be a support player and actually get something out of it. Your specialist role, they reset after death. But if you get enough of them, you actually start getting like these perks that help you play the game, and you become a monster at it. You know, you have your sleight of hand, your quick draw, your whatever all those things are. That's pretty good. They have new guns. They're very balanced for the most part. Maps are kind of like cornery, if I can say so myself. It's very tight. So sniping is a problem. They have to space out the areas a little bit more for sniping. That will probably be in DLC. More like sniping maps. But yeah, Battlefield 3 is not original. COD may not be, constantly changing things in a big way, but it is changing things. Theater mode, zombie mode, survivor mode, spec ops, everything. You look at Modern Warfare 2, and it had its spec ops. You look at Black Ops, it had its theater mode. You had your combat training. War at War, you had your zombie mode. In Modern Warfare 3, you have Survivor mode, which is the Infinity Ward's take on the zombies, except it's not campy, it's skillful gameplay. You have Juggernauts, you have dogs with, C4 strapped to them, you got people with C4 strapped to them. You got a hell of a lot more variety than you will ever see in a Battlefield game. And if you hate that, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Battlefield never really changed. Play Bad Company 1, Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3. It might have different guns, it has different maps, but 99% of it is the same shit. You might have prone, you might not have prone, you might be able to have more destructibility, the maps might be bigger, but really it's the same fucking thing. COD is changing. It's just not changing that much because there is not that pressure to change. Thank you for your time. Peace.